just don't like them, but I see you all the time.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So as we can see today, I'm looking a little bit more glam than usual. When I got my hair did, spew. Did I actually just do that? I think I did. I think I actually just roared. Am I okay? Today's video is actually gonna be how to be confident on the first date. I'm going to basically tell you a few tips of mine to make you smash them. Pardon the pun. I am going to be able to help you find your perfect match. I'm your guru, bitch. Some of my friends have been like, oh, I've been so nervous in the first 5 minutes that I've not said a word. So the guy was literally like, oh, hi, do you go to uni? And she literally was like, cold red, cold red, cold red. When she told me, I was like, why did you freeze? She was like, I don't know. I was just so nervous, I couldn't say anything. I just literally stood and just, it's like you forget who you are. So I'm gonna tell you why maybe you feel this way, try and rationalize it less and more. I'm just here so that you are going to go on that date and you're not going to be there with all this anxiety and all these nerves, and then you fuck up the date and you're like, oh my god, I didn't actually show myself because I was so nervous, and now we're never going to have a date again and the person of my dreams has fucked off. I'm here to try and prevent that, and I'm here to tell you how to be confident on the first date. So that from day dot, they're like, jeez, this girl is a bit of me. Or whoever it is, whatever floats your boat. Take whatever you want from the video. I think some of the questions that some people might be asking before they're going on the date is, there's number one, classic. I think this all depends on what kind of date you're going on. So if it's a dinner date, for me personally, girl loves her food. I loves my foods, I does. I love it. The reason why I personally wouldn't go on a dinner date myself is because I love food so much that I would probably seem more interested in the food than I am in my date. And therefore that could put my date off, although I probably wouldn't care because I love food. The awkwardness can come from, say if you've got food in between your teeth, your date's not going to be like, oh, you've got food in between your teeth. So you're kind of there like, ah ha ha ha, with like spinach or whatever it is in your teeth. Not a good look at all. And if you're someone can't laugh it off, that could be a bit of a difficult situation, because I actually have had food stuck in my teeth before, and I'm not proud of this, but I literally took it out and I was like, want to share? Is that disgusting? Probably is a bit gross, isn't it? Oh well. He asked me for a second date, so he must have been interested in something. My life's a mess. Joking. Nah, joking. Tell you what's not a mess, my hair. Lush. Personally, I think a great date for someone that might be quite nervous is something like crazy golf with drinks before. Always a good icebreaker. Just drinks in general. Make sure to not take it too far so that you don't remember the date and then you don't even know whether they're interested in you or not. I always suggest doing something fun on the first date. I quite like going to the beach, really good location, because there's a lot of stimulation going on around you. You've got the sand and the sea, and for me anyway, that's a lot of stimulation. I quite enjoy that. Like I just like, oh, okay, let's go into the rocks. You can talk about the surroundings and it's chill, it's nice. If it goes well, you're like, oh, do you want to go to the pub after for a drink? If they are interested in you, that's always a sign they will extend the date. What if it's awkward? Well, I'll tell you what if it's awkward. Well, there might not be another date. And if it was awkward, surely you won't want to go on another date because it was awkward, therefore you didn't have a good time, therefore why would you want to do it again? And at the end of the day, if it is awkward, I'm sure we've all had a bad date at least once in our lives. I'll tell you about a bad date I went on. I went on a date to Nando's with some guy, looking at the menu. He says, oh no, I don't know why you're looking at the menu. I get you a free half chicken on my Nando's loyalty card. I was like, I think I'm in love. We've all had bad dates. It's all a learning curve in life. What if you don't like him or her? That's the question I've got to pose to you. Stop belittling yourself and making yourself feel like you're small and they've got to like you. It takes two to tango. You've also got to like them back. And if they don't like you, sound, crack on. There are many people that will like you. I'd say that you've got to know yourself first before you can be able to date. It's all about self-love. I would personally say go to the date knowing who you are, knowing what you like in someone, so then when someone's sort of ticking those boxes of what you like, you're like, oh yeah, I like this person, rather than going there not knowing yourself, not knowing what you like, maybe slightly damaged. That's always a bad time to date. Don't do that. You'll never be confident on a date like that. Don't be so concerned about whether you are or you aren't going to get on, because in my opinion, if you do get on, then it was meant to be, and if you don't get on, then it clearly was not meant to be. So if you don't naturally get on with someone, don't try and force something that's not meant to be there. You don't even get worked up about this. Like, I personally don't even think about it. At the end of the day, it doesn't display how much they like you with however they meet you, because they don't know you. Whether it's a, oh hi, like a nice greeting, whether it's a hug, whether it's a kiss on the cheek, whether it's a peck on the lips, if you want to be that forward. Good on you. Got a lot of time for that, actually. Previous dates that I've been on, I don't even think that I've given them a kiss on the cheek or anything. For me, it's just a bit too formal. I just kind of catch the vibe of whatever's happening. Some people might be like, oh, you know, what direction are they coming from? Because you're trying to act all like hot girl summer and shit. Am I hot girl summer from this way? Act casual. Or you pretend to be on the phone. Like, as if anyone has a resting face that is like... But when you're waiting for your date to come, apparently that is the face that we all pull. Oh hi, I didn't see you there. Yeah, you did, you lying bitch. Don't we all love a little bit of story time? So it's Sarah's time to open up about my previous dating experience, good and bad. So obviously I've had like a few past relationships, and I actually always dated my friends before, and I will never date a friend again. I actually went on my first date type thing actually in February 2018. That was like the first date that I'd ever been on, like, I don't know, like a blind date. So basically, story time, I was actually in a bar in Cardiff, and some guy was behind the bar, and I'd given him my phone to charge. So I was paying for my stuff at the end, and then he was like, oh, thanks Sarah. And I was like, how the fuck does this dude know my name? And then he was like, oh, I saw your ID. And I was like, okay, bit weird, but he's keen, you know, gotta give him credit. I was on my phone, my friend was like, come on Sarah, pay. And then he was like, why are you telling her to like come on? She was like, oh, because she's like so slow on her phone. Gotta give it to him. It was smooth, I think so. Maybe a little bit creepy, but smooth. And he was like, oh, why don't you give me your phone and let me slow text you? And I was like, it's quick, on the spot. And I did give it to him, because sometimes when you're there on the spot with a guy and they ask you for the number, it's a bit difficult, because I have actually given him a fake number previously, and then they're like, oh, I'll ring it now. And you're like, oh yeah, come on, give it a ring. Give it 077779317 a call. I'm bound to answer. I don't even know if that was 11 digits. He was like, do you want to go on a date? We went on a date. I think we went for just a few drinks, nothing too formal. And I remember before, I was literally so beyond nervous. I felt like I was going through menopause. I was having like bloody hot sweats. I was like, oh my God, what if he doesn't like me? What if it's gonna be awkward? Shit, oh my God, I can't go. I was like, no, that's it, I'm gonna tell him, I've gotta pull out. I've gotta pull out, why? My dog's just shit herself all over the kitchen. So sorry, absolute disaster in here. It looks like a crime scene. And I was like, nah, I can't ditch on someone last minute on the day. I feel rude, I just can't do it. I won't lie to you, I'll be savage when I need to be, but not all the times I need to be savage, you know what I mean? All right, okay, crack it. That was my next impression, by the way. I don't think I've ever pulled it out before. So obviously I told you about my first date, my first ever date, ever. And I kind of reflected back over it, because the date actually went really well. We chatted, there was no awkward time, and I was like, why on earth was I getting worked up about absolutely nothing? But I suppose that's because it went well. But then you might be asking the question, yeah, what if it doesn't go well? How does that turn out? Well, I did go on a date actually that went really badly, but I just left. Sorry, but no one is expected to stay there. If you're not feeling it, just go. Just pop your clogs, not pop your clogs, oh my God. Just pop. See you later, matey. Not feeling this date one bit. I'm just gonna fucking go, mate. Ain't nobody gonna say shit. When I reflect back on this date in February, I was like, why was I getting so worked up? Like, that was so necessary. My word of advice would be, say if you're meeting a friend of a friend for the first time, you're all going out for drinks, like, I'll bring my friend. Do you get nervous to meet their friend? Maybe if you do, then you're fine. You don't tend to get that worked up about meeting a friend of a friend. So I thought, mentality. Why don't you go there and just think that you're meeting a new mate, and then you won't get so worked up. Yes, obviously, dress a bit more like you're going on a hot date. Just go there and think of a mate, because as long as you can get on as friends first, then that's always good. As long as you've got the chat there as friends, and the flirty vibes will come through in the chat. If you've got banter, there's a little bit of flirty, that is the best thing. Giving it to you and you're just giving it right back, and then giving it and you're like, oh, I'll give that back. Just bouncing off each other. I love a date like that. I think a good mentality you should probably implement before going on a date is think you automatically like them, okay? And then when they give you a reason to dislike them, at least you've given them the opportunity and you're not going there like, oh, do I like them? Oh, I don't know. Like, you like them, just end of, you like them, you know you're gonna get on with them. Here are a few pointers for the date. Obviously, ask them questions, because if you're constantly answering the questions, it just looks like you're not interested, even though you might be interested, but you're just so nervous that you can't think of questions. It's a standard conversation, as if you'd be asking your mate. Basically, similar interests, getting to know each other. If the conversation doesn't flow and it then starts to flow, then maybe give an opportunity. But if the whole date was really awkward and you didn't get on, obviously you're not gonna pursue a second date, or at least I hope not, because it probably didn't go that well, but you will find someone good for you. Thank you so much for watching. I literally love the support that I am getting from you guys. It's overwhelming. It actually makes me a little bit emotional. Yeah, it's just like amazing, the amount of support that I've received and feedback from my videos. Every bit of support that I received is like incredible, and it means so much to me. I really, really hope that you're enjoying the videos, and if you do, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching.